What's important to know about the Torah is that when it writes history, it writes it based on its thesis. It's a history of the Israelites. God starts off with how the world was created. The purpose of that being showing that the world was created for a purpose. If it says that God created the world, therefore he owns everything, and therefore any land he gives to the Israelites, he has a right to give. We're going to see in the later episodes how Abraham earned the right to the land. And it said, Elohim said to the ground, let us make man. It will be a divine being, and he will be a physical being. That God made man in his image with a godly image. Male and female, he made them. And like all other animals, God blessed them, and God said to them, be fertile and increase, multiply, fill the earth and master over it, etc., etc. And that is creation. And then it says, the heaven and the earth and all their legions, everything else that came out of heaven and earth, everything else that came out of heaven, space, and earth, matter, were created. Now, I know the Medrashic interpretation is very against this interpretation. But again, the Medrash is parable, and the Medrash is there to teach us a lesson. But physically speaking, we already proved how the days weren't days. Therefore, they're not days. And therefore, the way we're reading it now is whatever lessons you want to take from the Medrash, you take from the Medrash. But the way the Torah writes the history of mankind, this is an alternative explanation. After it says that God rested, then it says, Eila Toldos Hashemayim. Toldos means generations. Whenever the Torah says Toldos, generations, it means what was the main lineage, what was the great heritage that came out of something. Now it uses both terms for God. It uses the tetragrammaton, meaning his relationship between man and himself, because now man has been created. And it uses the Elohim, which is him and creation. The main lineage and heritage that came out of space and matter that he created was the fact that he created Earth, our planet. So the question is there other life in other planets? It's a huge waste of space if there's not. However, this verse seems to indicate there may not be life in other planets because the point of the entire creation was for mankind on this planet.